All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join us here tonight, live on Coach Eli 22222 uncensored live streams, also known as the Deuce. Welcome to the show. If you are here live, it is late night on Wednesday, June 8th, 2022. Feel free to put your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat, and I'll get to it in between the show when possible. But if you're here watching on the replay, please stick around because this stream will have tremendous replay value, evergreen replay value for a while because tonight, and by the way, you can also comment, if you're here watching on the replay, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours or so. Tonight, we have a very interesting show I wanted to put together. At the very last minute, I saw three incredible Reddit stories that I felt will bring you guys and gals, both guys and gals, some great information that will help you succeed in this crazy modern dating world that we all live in. And I'm just going to get right to it right away, because I only plan on being on here for about an hour and a half or so at the most. Before we get to all of that, let me first of all make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out, and it absolutely has. Let me also check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that it is rolling smoothly, and it absolutely is. So let's just get right to it. Tonight's topic is 3 dating stories to seriously learn from and get success. One more time, 3 dating stories to seriously learn from and get success. Here's how tonight's show is going to go. I have a total of 3 stories I'm going to go over here. The first 2 I'm going to do during the first part of the show, and then take a quick break, and then come back and do the last one. First, we're going to go over to the subreddit relationships_advice, and the topic is GF brings home a guy friend to meet her family. How would you react? Whew, wow. Interesting. GF brings home a guy friend to meet her family. How would you react? A guy friend on top of the actual boyfriend. Oh, man. I already know this one's going to go. Well, I have read these, so anyway, but I already knew I was going to go anyways. But after that, we're going to go over to the Purple Pill Debate subreddit, one of my favorite subreddits on Reddit. And the topic is, are most modern women's standards for men too high? Why or why not? One more time, are most modern women's standards for men too high? Why or why not? Yeah, this is one of the most popular topics discussed on social media regarding dating, especially for men. And my response is going to be very interesting because it's not what you think, guys. The women are partially right here. Let me give you that hint. But there are things you can do to stack the deck in your favor, guys. So stick around for that. Then we're going to take a break. And once we get back from the break, we're going to go another maybe 30 minutes or so, 20 or 30 minutes. We're going to wrap up the night by going over to the subreddit dating_advice. And the original poster's title is Nothing Hurts More Than Clicking Extremely Well with a Woman, but Lacking Dating Skills to Drive It in a Sexual Direction. Whoa. Very, very common thing that many men are struggling with nowadays. We call them beta-mons, 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 beta-mon. If you can't turn that, that situation where you're clicking well into, a sexual nature, then you're being a beta-mon. You're turning her off. You're not, lighting her fire. One more time, the original poster's title of the final posting we're going to discuss when I get back from break. Nothing hurts more than clicking extremely well with a woman, but lacking dating skills to drive it in a sexual direction. I used to struggle with this one myself. And when I figured it out, my lady's not going to like this. But when I figured out how to handle this, I became a chick magnet. But I never played the game. I attracted a lot of women to the point of where I had my choice of which one I wanted to settle down with. And baby, you're the one I chose. There's a reason for that. You stood out, right? Doesn't mean that other women, didn't want me. They did. I just wanted you more than the rest of them because you stood out. And plus, like I've said before, I'll say it again, guys. When lots of women want you, the woman you're with sees you as more of a high value man. If you're wanted more by other women, your current woman wants you even more. It brings up your value. There's no doubt about that. I wonder if my lady's still around or she just popped on in to say hello. She said, good evening all a little bit ago before we went live. Yeah, babe, if you're there, stick around a little bit if you'd like. It's going to be a great show. If not, you can catch the replay. Oh, yeah, and one more thing before we get to it. Tomorrow morning or sometime tomorrow, my lady and I will be doing part 2 of the stream we were supposed to do tonight. Part 2 to the stream we did a couple nights ago, and this was the title of it. My lady and I talk about why modern men are so insecure. One more time, my lady and I talk about why modern men are so insecure. And we were going over this very long blog posting, and we were on for like 2 hours and 36 minutes, and we only got halfway through it. So there's about another couple hours more left to dissect this very interesting blog. And at some point tomorrow, either during the day, the afternoon, or in the early evening, we're going to do part 2. So stay tuned for that. Just make sure you subscribe, bang the bell, and select the notifications here on this channel, Coach Eli, 2 Uncensored Live Streams. And then also go to my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, and subscribe, bang the bell, and select the notifications there. And pay attention to our community tabs because that's where we're going to be sharing things that are upcoming. Nightbot's sharing the link to my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, every 7 minutes. And you need to be subscribed in order to chat on both of my channels. Once you subscribe, there's no waiting period. You can chat immediately as long as you follow my 3 simple rules. It's kind of like, remember that show, 8 Simple Rules about dating my teenage daughter? God rest your soul, John Ritter. That was a great show back then. I have 3 simple rules for you to chat in my chat. No trolling, no hating. And I forgot the other one. No attacking, no trolling, no hating. That's it. No attacking, no trolling, no hating. Plain and simple. All right. So let's go ahead and get right to it here. Let's switch on over to the browser source and get to the first of 3 Reddit postings. This one is from the subreddit dating_advice. And the original poster's title, once again, is Nothing Hurts More Than Clicking Extremely Well with a Woman, but Lacking Dating Skills to Drive It in a Sexual Direction. One more time. Nothing hurts more than clicking extremely well with a woman, but lacking dating skills to drive it in a sexual direction. Oh, excuse me, I screwed that up. Oh my God, that's the last one I'm going to do. When you're live on the air, you can't take it back. Let's switch over. Sorry, folks, that's what's going to happen at the end of the show. The first one we're going to go over tonight is from the subreddit relationships_advice, and the title is GF, girlfriend brings home a guy friend to meet her family. How would you react? One more time. GF brings home a guy friend to meet her family. How would you react? Well, before I read what this guy wrote here, that wouldn't really make me too happy, especially if she's spending more time with this supposed guy friend than you. Kind of sounds like to me that, you're acting like a beta man, and this guy's acting more like a man. And, she's practically lining up your replacement, because there's not a woman on the planet that would want to hang out with another guy, even as friends, if she was head over heels in love with you. When a woman is head over heels in love with you, she's not going to be dumping you or going astray on you. This is a sign, dude, that you're not doing the best you can. You're not showing up as a full-blown man. So let's see what he wrote. Hi, guys. GF is an avid athlete, runs a lot. She has this one guy friend who she used to compete with 10 plus years ago in competitions. They randomly reconnected like 6 months ago. Randomly, this dude found her on social media and wants to get all up in that brother. And he's probably either gotten there or going to get there. Since then, they've been going on for 3 to 5 hour runs for a couple of times. If my woman's still around, baby, how much do you think this woman is banging this guy behind this guy's back? Because this guy's a beta mon that she's with. Dude, they're doing a lot more than that. There's no woman that would do this to a man she truly loves and respects. This is very disrespectful. Now this weekend, she went for a run with him again. Oh. Afterwards, she invited him over for coffee at her parents' place. Why don't she invite you over for coffee at her parents' place? They did a run in the area around their house. He showed at her parents' place. She did the same. Wow. Then she called her mom to come over and drink coffee. Her siblings and father joined as well. They talked for 2.5 hours straight. Kind of sounds like to me, like this woman is lining up your replacement. Maybe she's using you for money. I wonder, dude, if you're even getting laid. Maybe not. I feel very weird about this, to be honest. Well, you have every right to feel weird. And it's not even about feeling weird. It's about saying, hey, dude, stand up for yourself. Ask her what's going on here. You know, are we together or are we not? It seems like you're spending more time with this guy friend of yours, per se, than spending time with me. And I feel that's very disrespectful and it's not right. How would you like it if I spent as much time with, a lady friend of mine, right? You have to flip it around on her. But quite frankly, this tells a story, dude. She's not into you. She's lost respect for you. She's lost interest for you, and she's keeping you around for other reasons. Maybe you're helping her out financially, and she's trying to, dip into the best of both worlds for as long as both of you guys put up with it. She's having sex with him, and you're being the beta male provider for her. The runs already feel like dates to me because they are, dude. Of course, dude. Come on, man. But she says that is not the case. That it is kind of normal to run together. Come on, man. Seriously, dude. I feel as if this, I think you might say this is some kind of date that ended up with a meet the parents kind of thing. Am I overreacting? What would you do? I would dump her. I would say it kind of sounds like you're more into this guy than you're into me. You're spending more time than this supposed friend than you are with me. And I don't feel that we have a relationship. So I'm going to let you go so you can explore what you already seem to be exploring. And I'm going to wish you the best. And at that point, I wouldn't even offer her to give you a call if she changes her mind, because it seems like this woman lacks integrity. It seems like, instead of, making you aware of how she really felt, losing interest, losing respect, losing that love and feeling, instead of telling you that, she went out and started lining up your replacement and is keeping you around until she is certain that this is going to pan out. And if it doesn't pan out, she'll keep you around until another replacement comes along. You don't want to put up with that, dude. You don't want to be anyone's backup, okay? This is just ridiculous. And many, many women do this. Some guys do this, but more so women do this too, because women just don't want to be alone. That's the truth of the matter. You want to bring me on respectfully, maturely, and professionally? Oh, you want to come on, babe? You really do? I could do that. I could do that. You want to pop on maybe for the first half, and then I'll do the last half. Scotty, how you doing? I haven't got back to you regarding the email you sent me several weeks ago. and I really don't know what's going on. I keep seeing a lot of back and forth going on between, you know, drama people or former drama people, and I really don't want any drama. I just want to create my own content. But if you've truly removed yourself from the drama, at some point down the road, we can talk. Like right now, I put out a community posting earlier today, and I mentioned that, hey, right now I'm not looking to collaborate with anyone besides, creating my own content and bringing my lady on. I may bring some people on a panel every now and then, but primarily it's going to be just myself and possibly my girlfriend at times. She may be coming on tonight. But yeah, I just, I keep seeing this back and forth stuff, and I'm not really paying too close attention to it. Sometimes it just pops up in my feed, even though I tell YouTube do not recommend channel, they still do it, right? So, but anyway, all right, babe. Yeah, I will go ahead and launch the StreamYard. Let me do this real quick. Give me a second. Do 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 do. Let me see if I can find this real quick. She wants to come on. This is all you, baby. This is all you. You wanted to do this. All right. Give me a second. I'm launching the StreamYard right now, so it's going to be a second. Just a second. I'm launching this on the fly. All right. It looks like she's here already. All right. Let's bring her on. We do have the delay on, so we're good. Oh man. Just a second here. Babe, are you there?
I'm here, baby.
Baby, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Not too bad. I didn't expect you to want to pop on. We just talked before I went live. I thought you were going to go to bed and you were going to watch your shows, but these dating stories really get to you, and you feel like you want to have your say from the female perspective, don't you?
Uh, Maybe a little bit, but I think I want to just respond a little bit to our chats too.
Okay. Do you have the show on your big TV there with the volume down
I
so you can see the chat?
It's muted, yes.
Okay. Remember, there's a little bit
Um,
of a delay. There's a little bit of a delay, like at least a minute or so. So, just take them into consideration. So, you've heard about the show. You've heard what I've been talking about so far. Let me continue finishing up this posting here, and
yeah.
then I'll get your feedback on it. So again, he says, I feel as if this is some kind of date that ended up with a meet the parents kind of thing. Am I overreacting? What would you do? And I mentioned what I would do. I would just can her. She lacks integrity. She's not into him anymore. He's just not showing up as a man. She sees him as a beta male provider, and this is the guy that she's lining up to replace her current man with. It's kind of messed up what she's doing, don't you think?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
she literally is. She's reconnecting with somebody she had a connection with and just
Mhm.
lining up that next person.
Yeah, and probably 10 years ago, when they were doing track together, she probably wanted him back then, but he was probably younger and he was probably still very good looking, and he was probably getting his choice of the punani, and he was banging other women. And maybe this guy's matured a little bit, and now that he's come back into the picture, she's feeling that connection. And even if this guy is doing everything right that she's currently with, she's known this other guy longer and has more of an emotional bond. And unfortunately, that happens sometimes. It sucks when it happens. I think that happened, you know, with my last girlfriend. We're not going to mention her name. You know her name, babe, but we're not going to mention her name publicly. But she was known as the activity partner that I went out with for a little over a year. And I think she, left me for no reason. I didn't do anything wrong. Everything was good. Because I think her ex came back into the picture that she was with for like 7 years. And when you have a 7-year relationship with someone, that emotional bond is going to be way stronger than a 1-year relationship, even if it's going perfectly. Right, babe? Makes sense?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's something that's it's a hard pill to swallow for guys, and when you're younger and inexperienced, you're not going to get it. But as you get older, and if you stick around here in my neck of the woods, I will help you guys and gals better understand, that. So let's see down below. TLDR: GF reconnected and goes on runs with old guy friend of 10 plus years ago. Then goes on to drink coffee with her and her family while inviting him to be there. Well, that says it all, dude. I mean, that says it all. She is into this guy and basically, is just kind of still stringing you along. Maybe you're buying her things. Maybe you're being the provider, and maybe she'll keep you around, until it progresses with him. But honestly, if I was in this situation, I would sit her down that same night. I would go see her face to face, and I would say, "This isn't working for me. It seems like you're with this other guy." She might try to come back and say, "Well, we're just friends." Well, friends don't hang out this often. Friends don't hang out more, you know, um, with each other than their boyfriend. Like this guy, if he's your friend and you're spending more time with him than me or man, that just doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to let you go. Best of luck to you, right? Then you turn and walk away, and you don't even offer her, to give you a call if, she changes her mind, because this woman lacks integrity. If she can do it, if she does it this one time, she will keep doing it over and over again in a similar situation. What are your thoughts, babe, before we get down to the comments?
No, I absolutely agree. I have several male friends, which a few of them. You know about the guy in the band. I've told you
Yeah.
about another woman that used to date a friend of mine that lives in my town. And he always just checks in, just he's married, but he always just checks in and says, "Hey, you, how are you doing? What's going on?" And there's no jealousy there because I'm not like going to meet these people. I'm I just, we might do an occasional message that says, "Hey, how are you doing?
Babe,
Things are
real,
still
real,
good."
real quick, your phone sounds like it's like a little echoey in the background. You sound like you're from a
Oh,
distance.
no, it's the fan. Sorry.
That's what it is. Now I can hear you a lot better. So yeah, just do that so we have better audio quality. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
sorry
we
about
we
that.
we heard what you said, but go ahead so we can continue here.
Yeah, no, and I'm just saying, like, there's no problem with having platonic relationships between men and women. But you don't make special time to go out and see the other person and bring them back to your family. That's kind of drawing the line there.
Let me ask another woman here, my lady. Do you think this woman is banging this guy, this other guy?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there you go. You heard it from the horse's mouth. She's absolutely banging this guy, and let's leave it clean. This is YouTube. We gotta keep it clean.
And
I was
the fact is you're right. She's using this other guy for whatever, whether it's financial reasons or, just any other kind of security reasons.
Betaman, Betaman,
Yeah.
Betaman, Betaman, Betaman provider. Nothing wrong with providing for a woman as long as she respects you and you're getting the punani and it's all good. Like what you and I have. But this dude's probably not even getting laid anymore, and he's just sitting there. What's going on here? I mean, what should I do, guys? She's hanging out with a dude she used to run with. That's a good-looking guy, and she's bringing him over, to her parents' place and having coffee. Come on, give me a break here, dude. You shouldn't even have to ask that, man. These guys nowadays seriously have no fucking spine, babe. They let these women just run all over them. It's pathetic, right?
Oh, yeah. And this isn't even just millennials. This even comes into our generation.
Oh, Gen Xers have done it too. Oh, yeah.
There are more men that are Gen Xers that are the biggest freaking poo nannies that I've ever come into contact with.
Mm. Yeah, another thing I want to mention. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I have worked in a lot of places with much younger people, and they've never acted as immature as some of the grown ass men that are on here.
No, I understand that, and you seem to feel the need to talk about that all the time. I know you're still new to this, and you're still working through it. I get it, baby. Like for me, like I've gone through all this crap with people on YouTube and other social media platforms for years, to the point of where like I'm so immune to it, it doesn't even faze me one bit. But I get it. You also want to share it for example purposes.
So sorry. It just leads into these other stories at how immature these men that are on these Reddit posts act. And
Right.
if he was a real man, he would say to her, "This is not okay. I'm not okay with it."
It's not about mature,
what?
but baby, hold on a second. This is not about maturity with this guy. This is about being too nice of a guy. So you can be mature and still be a beta man, right? So, he sounds like he's a really nice guy, like too nice of a guy, to the point of where, he will let this woman, hang out with this other guy and hope to God that, she's not banging him, which we know she is, and hope to God that it works out. And he has to, question in the Reddit forum, what should I do? Come on, this dude, you know what to do. It's time to move on. Find some other woman that's going to respect you and you respect as well. But at the same time, this is going to be a learning experience, because the reason why she probably, went for this guy is because the guy that she's currently with was just not cutting it. He wasn't man enough. But even if he was man enough, again, she's known this other guy for 10 years, and she probably wanted him 10 years ago, and him coming back into the picture and wanting her now is exciting to her. But guess what? This dude may be coming back into the picture and just maybe wanting to bang her for a month or two, and then he may leave her. So this is what happens to a lot of women. Like, this dude will leave her, or she'll leave him, and go with this guy that came back from 10 years ago. This guy will bang her for a few months, right? Then kick her to the curb and go out to the next. And then she'll be like, oh, shit, I shouldn't have done that to the guy I was with before. Then she'll try to chase down this other beta male she's with currently right now, after he breaks up with her or she breaks up with him. And if he's smart, he'll say, nope, you had your chance. But you know what he'll probably do? Okay, I'll give you another chance. You banged this guy, and I'll forgive you and trust you again. That's the worst thing you can do, because all you're doing is further enabling that shit behavior, right, babe? Before we move on to a few comments, what are your thoughts about that?
Oh, I'm agreeing with everything you say.
Okay. Oh, nothing more to add to that? Moving forward?
Nope. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it here on this. So there's a comment on. We're going to read a couple comments, and we're going to get to the second posting, because by the time we hit 45 or 50 minutes, we're almost at 30 minutes now. We're at 29 minutes and 40 seconds. We got to take a break and then come back for the final posting. We're going to be on no later than 11:20 or 11:30 Pacific time tonight. Okay, so first comment is, no matter what anyone says, you're defending her. And "you're" there should be YOU apostrophe RE, or "you are." Do you
You
see
are.
that on your screen? You see that, baby?
Yeah.
You're defending her. It's "you are" YOU apostrophe RE. The fact
You know
she
what?
gets upset.
I will actually say, when you're typing super fast, sometimes you don't see where the correction could be.
You got to go back and
So
proofread, baby. You got to go back and proofread like we were taught in grammar school when we used to write on paper before the digital world came out, right?
I know, but we both have done it before. We sent messages out and then read them afterwards and corrected words. So
Okay, let's
that's
move on.
fun.
Let's move on, because we can sit here and talk about a grammar lesson, and then we're never going to get out of here. When you and I get on the shows, baby, we can go all night. We both can talk.
Baby.
What's that?
I said all night long.
That's right, baby. Like Lionel Richie, right? Anyway,
Hmm.
the fact she gets upset with you just talking to another female, yet she spends hours with a guy who has a thing for her, screams volumes. When did this guy say he's spending time with another female? He never. Where did they get that? Unless he edited it, right? He never
Yeah.
once mentioned in the posting that he's talking to another female. This guy's too beta to talk to another female while he's with this woman. Where did this? Unless he edited it, right? So that doesn't make sense, right? Take off the
Yeah.
rose-colored glasses and see it for what it is already. That's true. This guy is wearing rose-colored glasses. He just doesn't want to accept the truth because she's probably the hottest woman that he's had. He's enamored by her looks. Maybe she'd given him a little sex every now and then, and he enjoyed it. But he's just not the right guy for her. She's just not the right woman for him. He needs to move on. She's cheating on you. There you go. And keeping you around if things don't work out. Right. Backup status. Go ahead, baby. Did you want to respond to that?
Oh no, that last statement was on point as far as she's cheating on you and keeping you around.
Right.
Don't I can't see him
Backup.
anymore.
They can't see what anymore.
Mm, you're scrolling. Oh, so she says she's cheating on you and keeping you around if things don't work out. That's the absolute truth, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. That's exactly what I was saying before we even got the comments. It's common sense what's happening here. But I keep putting out stories like this, even though they're very similar, because like I've always said, baby, repetition is the mother of skill. It may sound boring hearing the same thing over and over again, but that's the way you learn things and they become a habit, right? Before we continue, it makes sense, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so it actually sounds like she spends more time with him than you. No shit! No shit! That's what we've been. That's what he's been writing. She is investing in him, not you. I think that this lady that wrote this comment is trying to be as clear as possible and say, dude, get the fuck out. I mean, seriously, babe. That's what she's saying in the comments.
Oh yeah, she's like, dude, you are being played like a fucking violin right now.
Yeah, let's read a couple more here because they're going back and forth. The original poster responds and says, we are defo spending. Defo meaning definitely. Is that millennial or Gen Z lingo? We are defo spending more time than they are.
Oh,
Really? I doesn't
I
sound
think
like that. No, dude, you're full of it. They have met a couple of times with a gap of 3 months from seeing each other. Well, okay, if they're seeing each other like once in a great while, I mean, I'd still have a problem with that. But this guy made it sound like they're spending all this time together and they're hanging out with family and stuff like that. Like if they were just friends, that were just, going walking or hiking every now and then, there's no need to get the families involved. Once you get the families involved, babe, it's something pretty serious, right? In your opinion?
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We see each other every week for like 4 days a week. I think concluding that she is cheating is too fast without any solid proof. Oh, dude. This dude is so fucking naive, right? This dude has, God, dude. What do you have to do, bro? See this dude stick his pee-pee in her for you to believe it? God, this is horrible. She tells me about it all. Oh, really? Asks me whether I am upset with it, etc. Why would she ask you if he's upset? Why would she ask this dude if he's upset, her boyfriend, if he's upset, if she didn't feel like she wasn't doing anything that would upset him? She's banging this other guy, right? She's looking to see, if her game is working or not, right? Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Okay, if she was cheating, then it would be more logical to just stay quiet about it, won't it? She's not telling you she's cheating, dude. Dude, the fact that she keeps on hanging out with this guy, even if it's once in a great while, she's probably banging him during those times. Why wouldn't she invite you to go on a run with the three of them? Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Same way I invite you to go to the conference with me with my friends.
Right. Right.
Oh, can you get that one, baby?
Sure.
You see what I see?
Yeah. No worries.
I can't do it because I'm on the stream.
Baby, you don't even need to mention it. I'll check out the chat every now and then because I don't want you paying notoriety to trolls. Just let them do their thing.
I'm just saying, get rid of it.
Okay, listen, I really want to get to the point where we don't address them at all. Can you get that? Can you troll? I just want to, I want us to get to them when we can and not give them any attention. That's all they want. And we actually know who they are. But anyway, let's get back on track here. So, one more here, and then we got to get to the next posting. Then she responds and says, "Nope." Sorry, hang on. Nope, some cheaters tell you some things, but leave out the fact of cheating. Of course, why would she tell this dude if she's cheating on him with this other guy, if she's trying to get something else from him? This dude really, really is very gullible. He is gullible and naive as fuck. Man, I mean, I used to be this gullible and naive. You're going to learn, dude. Trust me. I learned this the hard way. You're going to learn it the hard way. But once you learn it, you will never let any woman play this shit on you again. And you're going to be able to identify it so quickly if it happens in the future that you just will walk away, or you just will not ever give a woman a chance that has that much of a lack of integrity, right? It sounds like to me, baby, this type of woman, especially the one in this story here, has a huge lack of integrity, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
No, yeah, but I'm reading this like, yeah, no, it's just I'm kind of reading all the comments here, and yeah, she has a
baby,
lack of integrity. She definitely does. I was gonna say, like with my friend from the band, I bring you out there all the time. Nothing is like secret, you know? He knows you, he mentions you, he respects you, but he's just another man that I know. And as an adult, I can have a platonic relationship. He's married. I'm in a relationship. We're
yeah,
just friends. We have music in common
yeah.
that
No,
we talk about.
I totally understand. And also, just real quick, and then we got to move forward because we're getting behind here. Your ex-boyfriend, you share custody of the two dogs, and
Yes.
whenever you come hang out with me, sometimes he stays at your place and he takes care of the dogs, and it's nothing
Yeah.
beyond that. And quite frankly, like that doesn't bother me. Like he's actually a pretty decent guy. It just didn't work out between the two of you, and you can actually have, in that case, a true friendship works. And he's actually, you've told me, and we're not going to go too far in this, but he's in progress of meeting this other woman that he's been talking with online. And, hey, we wish him the best on that. But we got to move,
Yes.
yep, we got to move forward on that. In some cases, in some rare cases, your woman having some guy friends, not a problem as long as she's transparent about it, and as long as she's spending most of her time with you and being sexual, excuse me, and being sexual with you, and being communicative with you. I have no reason to question my lady because, like, my lady, like, I give her all the space in the world, and she reaches out to me all the damn time. Right, babe? You reach out to me all the
Yeah.
time, right?
Yes.
So it's like
I was
it's
my, my mother literally asked me, "Are you gonna drive to your place tonight?" And I was like, "No, no, I'm not doing that until later this week."
right.
But she knew how much I wanted to go and see you.
Yeah. Now let me get through this, babe, because it sounds like to me, have you taken your medicine yet? You haven't taken it yet, right?
No, I haven't taken it. No.
But I know you're gonna get tired. So are you gonna hop off after the break, or are you staying on for the whole show?
I'll probably hop off after the break. Let's see
Okay.
how I feel.
Okay. Have you told her it bothers you? Obviously, this guy hasn't. Sounded like you had, but it still happened and gets longer each time. Maybe he tried to communicate with her and she cut him out and said, "Oh, we're just friends. Oh, we're just friends." And that's what women in this situation will do. Babe, I need to talk with you about something. And the guy, you're saying, "Oh, don't worry about it. We're just friends," right? And then he lets it go. In that case, he has to say, "No, we need to talk about it because this is just not working for me." You're spending more time with him. You're doing family events with him. You're doing things with him that you're not doing with me. And it just doesn't make sense. You got to stand up for yourself. Maybe he's tried to do it, but he's not man enough yet. He hasn't grown a set of, balls um, to learn how to handle this properly. This is going to be his learning experience of how to handle it better the next time it happens, if it does happen in the future. You think she'd be okay with you spending all that time, the girls showering at your parents, etc.? Uh, yeah, I mean, they're flipping it around saying if this dude had a woman, I guess, that was a friend, would she be okay with it on the flip side? And this dude never mentioned anything about another woman. This is the second time this commenter mentioned something about a woman. Maybe the original poster edited his original posting. That's what I'm thinking could have happened. Final thoughts, baby, before we get to the next posting here, because we are at
No,
43 minutes.
no other final thoughts. We're good to go.
Okay. Yeah, give me a second here. Give me just a second here.
Mhm.
Let's see. Lily of the Valley. Hi, Mr. Eli. My name is Rachel, and I am new here. Well, Rachel, welcome to the show. I'm going to check out your channel real quick because I do get trolled a lot here. Joined April 12th, 2022. So, Lily of the Valley, your channel is fairly new. You have no content. You could be a consumer, could be a troll. You haven't said anything that's ban worthy yet. So as long as you follow the rules, you won't get banned. If you make a snarky remark, you'll get banned. I'm just letting you know I get trolled a lot. So, just, making you aware. So, all right, let's continue here. Let's go to the next one. This is from the Purple Pill Debate subreddit, and the title is, Are Most Modern Women Standards for Men Too High? Why or why not? One more time. Are most modern women standards for men too high? Why or why not? Let's get right to it. Baby, I'm hearing a lot of background noise as you move around. You may want to mute your mic when you're not talking. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude. It's just a bit distracting. Hello? Okay. All right. A common consensus you will see on Reddit or this very subreddit is how there is a plethora of men struggling to get sex, dates, and relationships. Never is it a case of men just having options they don't lack. It is a severe lack of options in general. Well, the reason why, and baby, let's put in a few quick responses each. We don't have to go into great detail because we're behind on time. I don't think it's a lack of options for men. I think it's about how men are showing up or not showing up. Okay? If you guys don't take care of yourselves, if you're not in decent shape, if you don't wear nice clothing, if you don't shower and groom yourselves and use some cologne and use deodorant and, have some great social skills, you guys sit here and say, all these men are struggling to get sex, dates, and relationships, but why? What's the real reason? It's not the women, guys. It's you guys. It's the way you guys are showing up or not showing up. What are your thoughts real quick before we continue, babe?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. There are a lot of men out there that are just being super lazy with their appearances. And I don't get it because, you know, we have all the options. The women have all the options, and you would think people would want to take pride in themselves and make themselves a front runner.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Let's continue. Of course, there is a common thing here that Reddit tends to oversell this idea to the masses that men are struggling to date. They're not overselling anything. It's the freaking truth that these guys are struggling. What most people are not saying is why they're actually struggling. And it's because of what I just said. It's the way that you guys are either showing up or not showing up. You're lacking social skills. You're out of shape. You don't shower. You don't groom yourselves. You don't dress nice. You don't smell nice. It's all of that. You don't know how to carry yourselves as men. That's the reason why you're not getting attention from women. That's the reason. Even an average looking guy, I consider myself to be an average looking guy, right? And even an average looking guy like me, when I was single, I got a lot of attention from women. But that's because I take care of myself and I know how to talk with people, right? But this one beautiful woman on the other side of this line here with me beat them all out because she's very similar to me. She's like the female version of me. So they're not trying to oversell it. Like the people posting on Reddit are not trying to oversell this, that there are a bunch of beta male, female dog type of men out here. It's the truth, right, baby? There are a lot of beta males out there nowadays, unlike anything you've seen. Like men are just not men anymore.
No, they're not.
Yeah. Okay.
Anybody that I've met, like, that's at least 55 or younger, that I question them. I mean, all of the older gentlemen I know, they are not betas at all.
Okay.
They're real men. But it's all of these people that are at least 60 years old or younger that they don't got their shit together. They have no
Wait,
idea
baby.
how to
Baby. I don't mean to be rude. I'm having a hard time hearing you because you're kind of slurring your words a little bit. I know it's
No,
probably because you're.
oh, shit. No, I have. Oh, it was in the blanket. I'm sorry. The
Yeah. What?
foam was in the blanket.
Okay. So you were
Yeah,
saying these men at what age? you were saying a second
I
ago?
would say 60 and younger um are a problem because whenever I encounter anybody over than that, they're the most polite gentlemen that I know. They know how to treat a lady, they know, how to act. These other men are just stupid.
Well, I think what it is, baby, and we're going to talk more about this on the show we do tomorrow, part 2 of, the insecure men blog that we've been going through. But I think more so, I guess when by the time men hit 60, at that point, even if they're still insecure and miserable, they kind of tend to run out of energy to project their insecurities as much as they did before they were 60. So maybe that's why it's less apparent. But it all boils down to how these guys were raised. And regardless of their age, it's based on their experiences and traumas that they've been through. And if those traumas have been resolved or are still unresolved. Makes sense before we move on? Because we really got to move on here.
Shit. Yes, it does make sense.
All right. Baby, maybe this is not a good night to have you on because you seem to be getting really distracted and making lots of
Or
noise. I'm not trying to
keeping
be...
you on mute so you don't hear any of the dogs barking or anything else.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
But no, if you know what, I'm cool to go ahead and leave right now.
No, 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 no. You don't need to leave. If you want to stay on, that's totally cool. I would love to have you here. I'm just saying that it kind of sounds like you got a lot going on. If you want to stay
I
on till the
do.
break,
I'm
okay.
managing
Oh,
these dogs. We have massive fireworks going off in my
oh,
town right now.
okay. Okay.
It happens like right after Memorial Day, all the way up till September.
Okay.
People just like fireworks and the dogs are going nuts. So I
Okay.
just keep it on mute.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I got to keep the show moving forward because I really don't want to be on longer than 11:30, and at the rate we're going, we're going to be here till 2 in the morning. So
No, no,
let's.
no. So yeah, no, why don't I go? You finish up and we'll talk in the morning.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good, baby. Baby, get some rest. Love you. Good night. Thanks for
I
popping
love
on for a little
you.
bit. And we will talk tomorrow, and we'll figure out what time we do that show tomorrow. The part 2 of the Insecure Men blog.
Yeah, sounds great, babe.
All right, babe. Good night.
Good night.
All right, that's my lady. She wanted to pop on for a little bit there. Okay, let me get through this here because we're a little bit behind. But man, I have to wonder, looking at my own and others, how in the world do most of the average men get dates? I'm an average man. I have a girlfriend that I've had for, almost 9 months now. Very happy with her, very much in love. She loves me. I love her. She reaches out to me all the time. I never have to reach out to her. She's the one that's chasing me. And that's the way it should be. Now, don't get me wrong. I reach out to her every now and then, but 70 to 80% of the time, she's doing the calling, the texting, the pursuing. That's great. And the reason is because I'm a man. I take care of myself. I exercise regularly. I stay in decent shape. I wear nice clothing like I'm wearing on the show here. I groom myself properly. I'm 48 years old. I use some Just for Men to cover up a little bit of gray that I have. And I'm not scared of having gray. I'm not insecure about it. I take pride in looking good for myself, and then it shows to her, right? That's what it is. Most of the average men get dates because we take care of ourselves. The guys that don't get dates don't take care of yourselves. And in addition, you guys don't have the social skills to be able to talk with women. The woman I see out and about wouldn't date regular guys all that often. That's what you think. You're selling yourself short. That's an insecurity, sir. They usually date really accomplished or men with exceptional game. I'm just not seeing those Joe Schmoes just cleaning it up. Well, there are women out there that are just gold diggers and will only date men with lots of money. You don't want to deal with those types of women. And when you say, or men with exceptional game, it's not necessarily men having exceptional game. It's men having self-confidence and taking care of themselves and having great social skills. It sounds like to me, sir, you lack everything I mentioned and you're projecting. You're going to figure it out. At least you're talking about it here, but at least you're going to figure it out. And from what the common thing I hear about women a lot is when I'm talking to them about their standards is they usually don't want a guy who is shorter. That's true. Not unemployed. That's true. Why would you want to date a broke-ass loser? Right? Has his own car. That's true. Own place. That's true. Makes more money. That's true. A woman has to look up to a man. If a woman perceives a man to be weaker than her or have less than her, what does she have to look up to? That's normal. What's wrong about this? You've been hanging around the red pill MGTOW community, and you're getting brainwashed by these very immature, insecure, mentally and emotionally unstable beta males. These pathetic, weak men, angry and bitter men. That's where you're getting this from, dude. That's why you're having problems, getting women because you're acting like a female dog, a beta male female dog. That's the thing. Has a lot of time for her. What woman doesn't want all your time? My woman reaches out to me all the damn time. Sometimes I got to tell her, babe, I'm working. I'll get back to you later. But what woman wouldn't want to spend as much time with her man as possible? What man wouldn't want to spend as much time with his woman as possible? Usually has exceptional game, humor, great storyteller, amazing conversation skills, extremely patient, aggressive, etc. It's not about aggressive. It's about taking risks. It's about going after what you want. Everything you mentioned here, sir, is normal. Sounds like to me, sir, you're mentioning the things that you lack. You are projecting. If you do everything you just wrote here, you'll get women. But you got to do it naturally. You got to become that and not just try to do it because that's, what's written there. You got to become this, embody this, naturally be this way, and it'll naturally radiate off to women. And some of those things are simply the minimal. But a lot of those things are extremely hard to be above average and all the time. But as guys, we are just expected to have it. It's not necessarily that we're expected to have it, okay? And we don't have to, be all of those things all the time. It's just about being ourselves and behaving masculine, right? And if we make mistakes, one of the most masculine things you can do as a man is admit when you make a mistake, even when you make a mistake when your woman's around. A lot of men, are so insecure and so weak, right, that even if they make mistakes while their woman is around, or even if one of the mistakes or a few of the mistakes are made towards their woman, they cannot admit that they're wrong. And that's not masculine energy. So a real man takes ownership. A real man is not going to be perfect, but is going to do the best he can to be all those things that you mentioned naturally, right? Again, it doesn't have to happen all at once, but everything you mentioned there is going to be happening consistently at times. It's more about a natural thing. It's about the natural flow of progression involving all these things. All right, before we take the break, let me read a couple of comments here. I think a lot of people today have unrealistic standards for everything, whether it is instant delivery of what you buy on the internet or instant gratification or whatever. That's one reason so many people are depressed, because real life doesn't work the way they were told it does. That is true. That is true. And there are people out there that do want instant gratification in the dating world, hookups, etc., right? But if you're a man and a woman that's looking for a real, true relationship, then you both should slow it down, take the time to get to know people, properly vet / qualify them, And then, you get on the phone, have a conversation, meet up in person, meet for a walk, meet somewhere that's not going to really cost you anything. The first date, you don't want to go somewhere like dinner or coffee or anything. You want to go for a walk at the park, maybe a brief hike, or a brief walk around the mall or something, right? And just talk and see if the chemistry is there. If the chemistry is there, then you could do a more elaborate second date. It is only rich chads that have girlfriends and wives. No, that was just stupid. No, that's you guys have been hanging around, the MGTOW red pill community, for too long. You've been hanging around these very angry and bitter men that went through a divorce and aren't owning their half of the reason why the divorce happened. Let's see. One more here. No, the average guy will get settled with eventually. Majority of the time, she doesn't love him, and boom, high divorce rates. That's not true. Again, you guys have been hanging around the red pill, the toxic red pill community, the MGTOW community, where there are a lot of angry, bitter, and jaded men. And I hate to say this, like I've been saying it all along. The majority of those angry, bitter, and jaded men are the Caucasian, conservative, middle-aged men. Because these guys don't believe in progression at all. They don't believe that women should have equal rights, right? These guys still believe that women should be slaves and, be barefoot, pregnant, and in the kitchen. So until you guys get your head out of your asses and stop following these toxic red pill communities and listening to these pathetic incel guys. Incels are involuntary celibates. These guys that went through divorce, these guys can't get women. They can't, right? Or at least they can't get the attractive women that they feel they deserve because they're not attractive themselves. They're incels. They're incels, and they're coming out there and trying to project this stuff onto you guys. And I see with the way you guys respond. That's why you guys are all confused. Let's see. Let me see here. Well, let me read one more here. One unspoken thing. Whoops. Went way too far down. There we are. One unspoken thing is many more men than you think are getting zero play from any women. They are decent, nice guys who work, are productive, aren't ugly, aren't obese, but get zero women. That's because they lack self-confidence. They lack the social skills. Okay? You could be very attractive, make good money, be productive, but not have social skills. Okay? There are a lot of attractive men here in the high-tech industry in the San Francisco Bay Area. They're good looking, they dress nice, they have nice homes, nice cars, a lot of money. But they don't know how to talk with women. One of the most important things on top of the physical attraction and being financially stable to a woman is having great social skills, being able to talk with her and ramp up her emotions to turn her on to want you, right? You can't turn on a woman solely based on your looks, even if you're a hot guy. You got to know how to talk with the woman and seduce her. Have you heard of seduction? You guys just don't know how to I can't even talk. You guys just don't know how to seduce women. There we go. I'm just trying to catch up for lost time here because we're running a little behind here. All right. They hide it, though, and say they occasionally have a date or ex-girlfriend, but it is all BS and they are virgins. I wouldn't necessarily say they are all virgins. Maybe some of them are, but many of them have had one or two relationships, or they got married once and then they went through divorce, and now they become incels because of their attitude. And a lot of it doesn't even have to really do with their looks and stuff. It has to do with their attitudes because they haven't gotten over, why their marriage failed. They still haven't accepted responsibility for their part of why the marriage failed. Way more beta guys like that than you think, similar to how Japan went into overdrive with all the herbivore men that get zero play no matter what due to girls' crazy standards and the culture society. Here's the thing. There are some women out there, many of them, that have crazy standards, but there are also a lot of decent women out there that are very normal and down to earth. But even those normal and down to earth women are not going to give a guy the time of day that's not able to communicate with them, guys. Women love to talk and communicate, and I do too. That's why my woman and I get along. One of the biggest issues that I see with men nowadays is they have a lack of social skills and a lack of communication skills. Maybe I'll do a stream on that because that's important. That's what you guys are lacking. You turn that around and boom, you're going to see a huge difference. Even if you're slightly unattractive, but you know to talk with women and seduce them, you can still get women. It's not always about the looks. Yeah, looks help. But if you know how to talk with women, if you're smooth, come on. All right. We are at 1 hour and 5 minutes. I got to step away for a break here. Let me go back to full screen. And we're going to come back and only be on for like another 25 minutes or so. Let's see. All right, let me make sure I switch over to the right page there. All right. Let me queue up some royalty-free YouTube music. My woman loves it when I do that. She was so excited she wanted to pop on for a little bit tonight. If you're listening, baby, I love you, baby. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to be rude, but you sounded a little bit tired. I know it's later in the evening, and I know you wanted to come on and share your thoughts for a bit. I really do appreciate that. All right, I just need one more song here. Let me see here. Let me see. Come on, man. All right, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for an 8 or 9 minute break. When we return, we have one more Reddit posting to go, and this is going to be very interesting. Save the best for last. We're going to head on over to the subreddit dating_advice. And the original poster's title is, "Nothing hurts more than clicking extremely well with a woman, but lacking dating skills to drive it in a sexual direction." One more time. Nothing hurts more than clicking extremely well with a woman, but lacking dating skills to drive it in a sexual direction. That's coming up right after the break. So stick around, round. We'll be right there. We're back. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Pump it up. Work it, everybody, work it. Yeah, here we go, work it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli 2, the Deuce, Coach Eli 2 Uncensored live streams, the future home of most, if not all, of my live streaming content. This channel is getting closer and closer each and every day to getting monetized. That will happen over the next 2 to 3 weeks or so, something like that. Once that happens, I will be moving my Walking with Purpose live streams that are currently happening on my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, over here to Coach Eli 2. And then on my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, I will be focusing on some high-quality, bite-sized content in the highest quality, 4K at 60 frames per second. I'm also going to be doing some more YouTube shorts and also going to be bringing you more exclusive members-only content on that channel. So please consider subscribing to my main channel as well, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. Nightbot is sharing the link every 7 minutes in the chat, or just go to youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. That's youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. Please subscribe to both my channels, bang the bell, select the notifications, and that way you won't miss anything. And also, you are required to be subscribed to chat on the live stream chats of both channels. I may do some occasional live streams on my main channel even down the road. So if you want to chat there or here, you must be subscribed. Once you subscribe, there's no waiting period. You can chat immediately as long as you follow my 3 rules. My 3 rules. No trolling, no hating, no attacking. One more time, no trolling, no hating, no attacking. What part of that don't you understand? If you don't understand it, that's fine. You'll get a hammer on you. You get the hammer from the wrench. Anyway, welcome back, folks. Tonight, we've been discussing 3 dating stories to seriously learn from and get success. One more time, 3 dating stories to seriously learn from and get success. Before we took the first break, I went over a couple of postings. The first one was from the subreddit relationships_advice. GF brings home a guy friend to meet her family. How would you react? After that, before the break, we went over to the Purple Pill Debate subreddit, one of my favorite subreddits on Reddit. Go check that one out and subscribe to it. Join it. It's a great group. And we went over the topic, are most modern women's standards for men too high? Why or why not? And also, my lady popped on for a little bit. She wasn't going to come on tonight, but she mentioned in the chat that she wanted to pop on for a bit. So she popped on for a bit while she had some energy before bedtime and shared some of her thoughts. If you missed that, go back and check out the replay of the first part of the show. Also, before we get back to the final posting here, just want to remind you folks that if you would like to make a donation to sponsor this channel here, since it is not monetized yet, you can do it in one of 2 other ways. You can do it via PayPal or Cash App. Nightbot is sharing my PayPal and Cash App links every 7 minutes. On PayPal, you can go to paypal.me/Coach Eli. And on Cash App, you can go to $the real Coach Eli. You can make a donation at any amount based on the value you feel you are receiving. And, if you can't afford to donate, or you just don't want to donate, no problem. Please continue to enjoy the content and learn from it as best as possible. And as always, donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not required. All right, so let's get back to the final posting here. Let's switch on over back to the browser source. This is from the subreddit dating_advice. And the original poster's title is "Nothing hurts more than clicking extremely well with a woman, but lacking dating skills to drive it in a sexual direction." One more time. Nothing hurts more than clicking extremely well with a woman, but lacking dating skills to drive it in a sexual direction. And in essence, what this person is writing, and I'm sure, obviously, this is, well, not sure, I'm definitely sure it's a man writing this. What he's basically writing here is the difference between being friend zoned or being considered a lover, right? Because if you're getting along with a woman, if you're a decent looking guy, you dress well, you smell nice, you're groomed nice, right? Okay. You've got all that, and you seem to be clicking, but it's not heading into a sexual direction. There's really only one reason why it isn't. It's because you're not escalating. You are lacking the social skills and the confidence of what it takes to turn on a woman romantically and sexually. And if you can just learn how to build up that confidence and just be cool, calm, and collective, and just, feel comfortable and relaxed in front of a woman, you'll see it'll turn things around. And she will start to just, inch closer and closer to you when you're talking with her. She'll start rubbing your shoulders and giving you hints that she wants you to take care of business. And if she gives you those hints and you miss those subtle hints, those subtle cues, then boom, that's it. It's over. And you can never recover from it. So, you got to learn to read those signs. That's my opinion of what this means. But let's see what the original poster wrote down below. Boop, 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 boop. Just a second here, please. Also, folks, please get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in about 15 minutes or less. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, now's the time to get them in, and I'll address them throughout this posting and one final time before I go off the air. All right. So, we've all been there somewhere. Yeah, we've all been there somewhere in our lives. Met an amazing, amazing woman who gave me a month chance. But because of my inexperience, anxiety, and lack of dating skills, I end up right in the friend zone. I didn't get a chance to read this one, but just by reading the title and the way I responded to it before I read this first paragraph, I said the same exact thing in different words. Dude, you understand it. Now all you have to do is learn to turn it around so you don't get friend zoned, bro. Okay? You have inexperience. You have anxiety. When you say lack of dating skills, that is equivalent to saying lack of self-confidence. Women love a man that has self-confidence. Women love a man that has the balls to take a chance and go for it, right? Because women know that they can reject you, right? And if you're a man that knows you might get rejected, but you still go for it anyway, that might just turn her on to let her just put her guard down and let you have her way with her. Or let you have your way with her. Sorry, did I say that right? Let you have your way with her. Okay? The weird thing is women are usually oblivious to how much skill goes into dating for men. Dude, you're wrong about that. You're absolutely wrong about that. This dude's saying, the weird thing is women are usually oblivious to how much skill goes into dating for men. They're not oblivious. They're looking for that skill. They're looking for guys that have that skill because that's what embodies masculine energy. Women are extremely intuitive, all of them. So, dude, you gotta change that mindset right there, okay? That's part of the issue right there. For men, romance is hard-ass work. No, it's not. It's not hard-ass work. If you're a strong, confident man, you just go for what you want. One of two things is going to happen, okay? You're either going to get a chance with her and she'll let you be romantic with her and see where it goes, or she'll shut you down and then you say, okay, let me cut my losses, let her go, and I'll find someone else, right? Okay? So it's either going to work out or it's not going to work out. It's not hard-ass work. You think it's hard-ass work because you haven't figured out how to properly communicate with a woman, right? And how to escalate things and how to hold on a second. Sorry, I had to get back to a text message real quick. How to escalate things and how to take chances, right? And how to communicate, right? How to seduce them, which is the best way to put it, okay? So for men, romance is hard-ass work, and for women, it is something that magically unfolds in front of them. Well, they want you to magically unfold your manhood in front of them, right? And not meaning your manhood below your belt. At some point, you're going to get there if you do things right. But they want you to unfold how much of a man you are, how assertive you are, how down to earth you are, how emotionally strong you are, how confident but cool, calm, and collective you are. How laid back and easygoing you are, and how you go with the flow and just let things naturally unfold. That's what they're looking for. Okay? Being friend zoned for me is, I should have put the chess pieces here and there. You're overthinking it, bro. That's your problem. If you're with a woman and, you're sitting there and you're looking at her, she's hot, and you're trying to think in your head on the fly what the next thing is to do to get the best chance to make out with her or have sex with her or whatever, that's where you're failing. You've just got to be your natural self and just go with the flow and let things naturally unfold. The problem is you're overthinking it, man, and women pick up on that. If you're not naturally just letting things flow, women are going to pick up on that and they're going to be turned off, right? And then it's game over. You're friend zone. Right? That's what's happening, dude. You got to work on your confidence. Your self-confidence is important here, okay? Whereas in her mind, it's a vague, we just weren't meant to be is all. Well, that's because of how you're showing up. You're showing up being a beta male female dog, okay? Let's put it that way. You're showing up being a beta man, beta man, beta man, beta man, beta man. And once she figures out you're a beta man, you're friend zone. You got to be a man, dude. Stop being a big freaking sissy and be a man, and it'll change everything, bro. There are so many beta mons out there that if you're one of the 3% of men in this world that know what they're doing, you're going to stand out amongst the beta mons, and you're going to be able to have your way with most women you encounter. In a good way, that is, right? That's what hurts about the friend zone. Well, you're putting yourself in there, bro, and you're not even realizing it. Sometimes the guy puts himself in it because he just didn't know how to make moves. There's the answer. Big, huge round of applause. Dude, you're sitting here and you're answering your own questions regarding what's friend zoning you. So stop doing what's friend zoning you, bro. And it'll change the way things happen for you, man. God. So again, sometimes the guy puts himself in it because he just didn't know how to make moves is all, having something great slip right between his fingers. Well, that's when you realize you fucked up, right? You realize you screwed up. So while it may be too late to make it work with that woman, you learn from that experience, and then the next time around, you do it the right way, and more than likely, you won't get friend zoned, right? I mean, dude, you're answering your own questions here. This dude knows what he's doing wrong, yet he still continues to make the same mistakes. He's identified what's friend zoning him, and he keeps getting friend zoned because he hasn't changed or worked on changing the things he's identified that's getting him friend zoned. Come on, man. Come on, guys. You guys are making women seem like they're the most impossible creatures to have something with. No, they're not. They're just looking for real men to show up. They're waiting for real men to show up. So just be a real man. Be yourself. Be cool, calm, and collective. Be assertive, be confident, but be easygoing and laid back and just go with the flow and don't overthink things. Bottom line. Let's read a few comments here before we go off the air. We are at 1 hour and 33 minutes. It is 2:24 a.m. Eastern Time while we're doing this live, that is. 11:24 p.m. Pacific Time here in the West Coast where I'm at, San Francisco Bay Area, Northern California. And West Coast is definitely, I can't even talk, West Coast is definitely the best coast for streaming. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Let's see here. Why do you think it's all about moves you make? Well, he's overthinking it. That's a great question. Sure, you should flirt a little and make your intentions clear at some point. You don't even have to make your intentions clear. Just hang out, have fun, and hook up. Hang out, have great conversations, get to know her. Just kick back. You don't want to sit next to her the first time. You want to give her some space and make her feel comfortable. And then if she starts to feel comfortable because you're a great communicator and you're easygoing and you're not forcing anything, you're just being natural and you're being your natural real self, she may start to, move closer to you and start rubbing your shoulder or shoulders and giving you clues that she's ready for you to show her how much of a man you are. But you got to read those signs. But believe me, it's not all about what men do or don't do when dating. I pretty much know from the beginning if the guy have any chances to be considered a romantic interest by me, this must be a woman. If a guy is below my attraction threshold, which is obviously different for any woman, for every woman that is, yeah, she's talking physically, there has to be a large rush or spark of physical attraction for the guy to have any chance. And vice versa, same thing for men. They have to have that physical attraction too. But even if that's there, if the rest isn't there and you don't do the rest of it right, once you attract her physically, it's still not going to work out, right? I won't see him as a potential partner. Even you don't want to be friends with I think you meant to say even though you don't want to be friends with everyone. So for friendships, there are still some requirements that have to be met. Well, no one really wants to be just friends. That's just a polite way for women to put, for a polite way for women to turn guys down, which is what I'm trying to say. So that way, you don't hurt their feelings. But for guys like me, before I met my woman, there were some women that tried to friend zone me, and I just told them this. I said, I'm not interested in being just friends. I'm only seeking something romantic, and that's because, I think you're beautiful. You have a great personality, and, I only want something romantic. So if that's not going to work for you, I'm going to let you go. But give me a call if you change your mind. Then you don't call her, you don't text her, you don't email her. You just let her go. If she gets back to you down the road and you're still single and she wants to try something romantic, then you may want to give her a chance. That's up to you. But you got to be in control as a man. You got to be in control of what you want. Okay? What you want is something romantic. And if a woman tries to negotiate friendship with you, and that's not what you really want, if you accept friendship thinking that that's the way you're going to get, her heart and her body and her soul and all that, you're only fooling yourself. Okay? As to the attraction threshold, people have different preferences. Sure. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. That's a great statement. A guy can have a great looks. It should be great looks. You're probably from another country. But shitty personality or intellectual deficits. And for many, it is a deal breaker. Yeah. Look, looks will get you in the door. Okay. You need the looks to get you in the door. But once the looks get you, the man and the woman in the door, you still have to figure out if you're compatible mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Okay? Yeah, that's what it is. If you meet minimal criteria, I'm sure most of women are tolerant if some of your moves are not perfect. Women are not looking for the perfect man. They're looking for a good man that they can connect with mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. All four have to be there. Okay? But like I said, moves are secondary. Who you are and how you normally behave are the most important factors. Let me repeat that one more time. Who you are and how you normally behave are the most important factors. Guys, this is a woman basically giving you the playbook, the secret on how to get to the promised land and beyond that. Guys, listen, start listening to what women are saying, and it's going to change your dating life around. All right, let me read one more comment here. A couple more here before I go off the air, because I see a couple of good ones here. Do you tell that person that he or she is below your attraction threshold? Not with these exact words, obviously. No, no woman's going to say, I'm sorry, you're ugly. They might just say, I'm just not really feeling it. And when a woman is not feeling it, it usually most of the time means it's because she's not physically attracted to you. But it could also mean she may be physically attracted to you, but your social skills suck. Like you can't carry a conversation that stimulates her mind and stimulates her emotions. Okay? Just because you can attract a woman physically doesn't mean that things are going to happen. Women are emotional beings. They're looking for the emotional bond, the mentally stimulating connection, and the spiritual connection on top of the physical attraction. And that's what you guys should be looking for too. Right? Or do you just not want to go on another date with him or her? Well, that's typically what you do. Like I've said before, attraction is a must and not a choice. When you first meet someone, that's why you should meet, like, take a walk or meet, like, in a supermarket parking lot or a mall parking lot in the evening, okay? And just meet briefly to see if that attraction is there. You're going to know within 3 seconds or less if you both have a large rush or spark of physical attraction. And if that large rush or spark of physical attraction is not there within 3 seconds or less, it's never going to be there. It's game over, right? That's why you never want to do anything elaborate on a first date, because the first date is just to find out if that attraction is there or not. Bottom line. Let me see here real quick. Sifu Smo's in the house. What's going on, bro? How's it going, brother? You like the sound of this Shure SM7B? Listen to it when I talk really close. It has that nice proximity effect, like the radio broadcasting voice. Dion, you got to get yourself a microphone like this, the Shure SM7B. Anyway, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the show. We're going off the air in just a few minutes. Maybe you can check out the replay. My lady popped on the beginning of the show. But thank you for being here, Sifu Smo Dion. And I'll catch up with you. My lady and I will catch up with you behind the scenes tomorrow or sometime later this week. Hopefully everything's going well between you and your lady. By the way, Dion, is your lady still watching these shows, or has she had enough of this? How's she doing tonight? We're going to help the both of you, man. We're going to help the both of you. You both are going to be just fine because you've got some of the best support you could have out here. I mean that wholeheartedly, bro. I seriously mean that. Okay. Because I think Original Poster talks about the situation where you have multiple dates and don't make your attraction clear too much. Out of sheer shyness and being nervous, that counts, of course, for every person, no matter the gender. Well, it's more so okay for women to be shy. That's normal. But for a man, if you're overly shy to the point of where you can't communicate with her, you can't engage her emotions, you can't, have a great intellectual conversation with her, it's going to stimulate her mind, body, and soul. If you can't do that, no matter how physically attractive she is to you, it's not going to go anywhere. You have to be able to communicate with women. You have to be able to mentally stimulate their mind, body, and soul. And you have to be able to connect with them and relate to them at a deep emotional level. And that's something, Dion, you know, uh, I want to help you with. I know you're a good guy, dude, and I know, when guys talk about emotions, it's one of those things where it's like, we need to be strong and we shouldn't show emotion, right? Well, not necessarily true. Yes, for the most part, we want to be strong, but there are times when our women need us, and that's the time where we show them some emotion. And it's even okay for a guy to cry a little bit every now and then with his woman because that shows her that you're human. You don't cry all day every day, but every now and then when you have one of those emotionally bonding moments with your lady and you shed a tear together, it's one of the most beautiful moments that you'll ever experience, man. And it turns you on, it turns her on, and then after that you have some of the best sex ever, man. Yeah. One final message here, or one final comment here before we go off the air. Sifu Smo Dion has the praying emoji, and he says, thank you. You're quite welcome, bro. One final comment here, and then we're going to be going off the air. Yeah, even if both are mutually attracted, a guy who is too timid to move things in a romantic direction will usually get a not feeling a spark text after a few dates. Yeah, women won't even tell you on the phone or in person. They'll just text you and say, I'm just not really feeling it, or they'll just ghost you. Like if you even get the not feeling a spark text nowadays, then you should be happy about that, because most people will just ghost you. That's just the way it goes. I've had a few times where she actually made the first move, but it is still pretty rare. Well, here's the thing. Women actually typically never make the first move. What they do is, if you're doing everything right, you're kicking back with them. Let's say, you bring them over to your place, you're sitting on the couch and you're having a conversation. Maybe you have like an L-shaped couch like I do. What you want to do is have her sit on one side of the couch. You sit on the other side of the couch. You don't sit next to her yet. You give her space, right? And you sit there, you lean back, you cross your legs, and you're just cool, calm, and collective, right? Okay. And you start talking with her and just engaging her emotions and her mind, body, and soul. And then what she'll do, if she's really into you, she'll move over to your couch and sit right next to you and start giving you a little light rub on the shoulder, which is what I'm trying to say. She'll show you signs that she wants you. Okay. If you want to technically consider that her making the first move, then so be it. But that's not even her making the move. That's her basically showing you, without having to tell you, that I'm getting so turned on because of how you're communicating. You're a good-looking guy. You're a decent guy. You're down to earth. You're easy to get along with. And you're so smart, and you know how to communicate with a woman. Like, I want you inside me, but I'm not going to tell you that. I'm just going to rub your shoulder and basically, see how much of a man you are to go for it, to go for the lady that wants you here, right? And that's where a lot of guys, screw it up, because like this guy says here, they're too timid to move things in a romantic direction. I was that way, like in my early 20s, right? But once I got into my mid to late 20s, by the time I hit my early 30s, man, my early 30s, that's when I really, really started to just have super confidence, right? And I was never timid. I'm not trying to say I'm all that. I've never been a one-night stand kind of guy, but I swear, like I could have had a field day with women in my 30s. I could have been, doing the carousel with women, right? On the flip side, right? But I didn't. I had lots of options, and I talked to lots of women, but I always narrowed it down to the one best one that was beautiful, had a great personality, and one I could possibly see a future with. And that's the way you should look at it as well. All right. And that's going to do it for tonight. Tonight. Let's go back to full screen and wrap up the show. It's 11:38 p.m. Pacific, 2:38 a.m. Eastern. Want to thank everyone for being here tonight. Thank you to Sifu Smo Dion. Thank you to my lady, respectfully, maturely, and professionally, for being in the chat and on the show during the first part of the show for a little bit. And anyone else. Scotty was here as well, and anyone else that was watching behind the scenes. Got a bunch of content coming tomorrow. My lady and I will be doing part 2 of the stream we did the other day. I'm going to go to it so I don't butcher the name here. Give me just a second here. My lady and I talk about why modern men are so insecure, part 2. One more time. My lady and I talk about why modern men are so insecure, part 2. Will happen at some point tomorrow, maybe tomorrow late morning or early afternoon. If not, it'll be in the early evening. And at some point during the day tomorrow, I'll be doing a Walking with Purpose live stream from my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. Once again, subscribe to my main channel if you haven't already. Nightbot sharing the link every 7 minutes, or just go to youtube.com/Life Coach Eli, or just type in Coach Eli, Elias Melas in the YouTube search bar, and you'll find it there. It's the channel that has like 6.5K subs or something like that. All right. Time to call it a night. Have yourselves a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.